did it. Almost.
In a cage, hungry hearts in a rage, glowing eyes in a daze, turning around in a hurry, hoping you will come along. I'm running as fast as I can, in a desperate need of a plan. It's the work of one little man. I'm fading out from the story. Am I a passionate man?
Just like any project that is concept, bringing it to completion is going to run across some issues. In this case, there was a spot where I needed to put the stove. I wanted the partition that you see in front of you now, but I couldn't put the gas connection on the stove with that there. So what we did is we took out a tool. I couldn't tell you what the name of the tool is to save my life right now, but I believe it's a Dremel saw, and cut just a square basically that my hand would fit through, which isn't really required after using it for as long as I have. I just have to be able to reach into and use the thumb and first two fingers to tighten on the gas connection, and I'm good to go. Most nights after our day's work, we enjoyed an opportunity to sit by the fire and just spend some time together, get to know each other all over again. And when Aunt Sally would join us, it was like the icing on the cake.
And Uncle Gary, as they say, there it is.
Primarily what we were doing was burning any excess wood that we had during the day. There was a little bit of scraps and a few things that, if you remember from last video, that Uncle Gary had on hand that were pretty spectacular as well. But for the most part, we were just burning scrap wood.
Anyone who's worked with wood for any period of time knows that the most time-consuming and least favorable job is basically sanding, finishing. So pre-stain, stain, and varnish. And the pre-stain, of course, is going to moisten the wood so that it opens the pores to accept the stain. And then, of course, the stain, depending on how dark you want it, many times you can just put a coat on and then wipe it off and you're good. You don't necessarily need to go to a second coat, again, unless you want it darker. And then the polyurethane, the sealant, is important for me anyway, primarily because I want to make sure that if there's any spills or anything inside the vehicle that I can clean up relatively easy without having to worry about too much of a mess. just like any project, as we neared the end of it, there were little things that we needed to do to make adjustments, tweak something here or there, and try to make it as perfect as possible. I have said it time and again, don't let perfect get in the way of good, and much of what we were able to accomplish was as close to perfect as we could probably get, and other areas where there may be a little bit of a margin for error. But for the most part, I am completely satisfied with what I'm able to do with this vehicle, where I'm able to travel, what I'm able to carry, and how I'm able to carry it, the way that I get the Xterra organized when I'm traveling, the way that I can adjust that organization for whenever I am in a campsite, and for the most part, able to use this vehicle exactly the way that I had planned on from the very beginning. Now, a lot of what we were tweaking and a lot of what we did towards the end, including the final install, I didn't record. I have some images of it, but I'm not going to include that in this video. What I'd like to do is I'd like to just travel around, and I'd like to get an opportunity to meet with each of you. So if you're interested in seeing the build, you're more than welcome to leave your email address in the comment section, and I will get back with you, and when I'm in your area I will absolutely swing by, and we can grab a beer, hang out together, chat, and for the most part, for many of you, friends and family, catch up. But as far as the final build itself, I'm going to kind of hold that close to my vest for now. As I travel, you're going to see images of the Xterra in different configurations. I also have opportunities for drone footage and things like that. So you'll see the build in the videos, in the upcoming videos. But if you want to see it in person, absolutely drop a line, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. And hope to hear from you, and I wish you all the best, always.
Am I a passionate man, hanging on to the glory, day by day if I can?
I wish you all the best, always.